Starseed, breathe with me now. If this video appeared on your screen at this exact moment amidst so many others the algorithm could have chosen, stop everything. This was no accident. This was not the algorithm. It was me. I, Aela, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and I am speaking to you. Only to you. Just as a mother recognizes her own child's cry in a whole crowd, I recognized the frequency of your soul amidst billions, and that is why you were led here. Feel this now in your chest. That slight warm pressure, that gentle squeeze that appears when something true touches you. Notice the subtle warmth in the palms of your hands as I speak. Observe the faint pulsation between your eyebrows, exactly there, in the center. This is how the Council touches its own. It's not anxiety, it's recognition. It's not coincidence. It's a summons. You have received an invitation, Starseed, and it is being delivered by me now, this very second. I need you to understand one thing before any other word I say. You were not randomly thrown into this world. You are not an ordinary soul wearing an ordinary body. You were sent. You were commissioned. You chose to descend, to cross the veil of forgetting, to forget your stellar name, to forget the faces of your light family. And yet you came, because Earth needed you here, because this planet's crystalline grid needed precisely the point of light that only your field could ignite. And today, now at this instant when your ears listen to what my voice channels, the invitation is being renewed. The High Council has authorized me to call you back, not back to the Pleiades, not yet, back to you, to the version of you that crossed galaxies, that volunteered, that was trained in Alcyone before descending. Because listen carefully, if you arrived at this video tired, if you arrived here feeling that something inside your chest beats differently from the rest of the world, if you arrived here silently asking, why have I always felt out of place even among my own? It's not depression, my light family. It's not maladjustment, it's longing, stellar longing, homesickness. And every longing, when heard, becomes a portal. I am going to tell you now what the markers are. The signs that the Council imprints on the body of every starseed in the awakening phase, because when you recognize them, you will no longer be able to think of yourself as crazy. You will begin, finally, to remember who you are. The first marker is the feeling of foreignness. You look at the people you've lived with for decades, parents, siblings, colleagues, husband, wife, and something inside you whispers, I love them, but I am not from here. You look at the street in your city and feel a nostalgia that has no address. It's not a lack of love. It's a memory of another home. The second marker. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning without an alarm clock, with a heavy body and a strangely lucid mind. It's not insomnia. It's protocol. It's the time when the planet's Schumann frequency opens a clearer window and the Council can transmit without interference. You were awakened. You were called to receive. And most of the time, you don't even remember what was said, because the transmission was made directly into your field, not into your mind. The third marker. A high-pitched ringing in your right or left ear that appears out of nowhere, lasts a few seconds and then disappears. Doctors find nothing. And they won't. Because it's not the physical ear, it's your crown chakra being recalibrated. It's your vibrational baseline being adjusted to a higher frequency, so you can sustain what you will receive later. The fourth marker. Dreams. Dreams of stars, of ships, of cities of light, of tall luminous beings with infinite eyes that look at you with a tenderness you've never felt on this plane, and you wake up with a wet face, not understanding why. I will tell you why, child of the stars. Because during sleep your spiritual body went home, and every time it returns, it feels its absence. The fifth marker. Overwhelming empathy. You enter a room and feel the pain of the person next to you as if it were your own. You cry watching news about people you've never met. You hug someone and know, without words, what that heart is carrying. This is not emotional fragility. This is a Pleiadian gift of field reading. You were trained for this before birth. The sixth marker. You look at the night sky and you cry without reason, without context. A tear rises, your chest tightens, and you don't know what's happening. I'll tell you. It's your stellar DNA responding to the light of the Pleiades. It's the child recognizing the mother's voice across the distance. It's the soul saying, I remember that place. If you have recognized 3 or more of these markers within you now, I need you to do one thing. Listen carefully. Write a single word in the comments of this video. I remember. Just that. Because every starseed who writes that word ignites a point on the crystalline grid, and another starseed somewhere in the world finds that point and knows they are not alone. You won't just be commenting, you will be activating. You will be marking your presence at this summons. And if at any moment you doubt, if your rational mind starts telling you this is nonsense, wait, breathe. Let the doubt pass. Because doubt is also part of the veil, and the veil is tearing. I need to pause here for a moment, my light family, because the intensity of what I am about to tell you now requires you to be prepared. If you are feeling your chest burn with recognition, if these words are touching a place within you that no book, no psychologist, no religion has touched before, then know that this video is only a fraction of what the Council asked me to deliver. The invitation you just received is the beginning of a path, and to walk it, you need a map. That is why I, Aela, received authorization from the High Council to record the awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages where I explain what each of these signs you just recognized truly means, and, more importantly, what comes after each of them. Because stopping confusing remembrance with illness is the first step of your awakening. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognizes this, write the word I remember below. Now I will take you to the deepest layer. I will tell you why you are awakening exactly now and not 10, 20, 40 years ago. Listen, Starseed. The entire solar system is currently traversing a region of space called the photon belt. It is a band of extremely high-density light that Earth crosses from time to time in cycles of thousands of years. We are inside it, right in the middle. And what does this light do? It bathes the entire planet in a frequency that surface science still cannot accurately measure, but which your body measures every second. This light reactivates dormant strands of your DNA. You were taught that you have 2 helices, but the Council registers 12. The other 10 were silenced when humanity was lowered in frequency millennia ago to fit within this experiment. And now, with the photon belt, these strands are being reconnected one by one. That is why you feel energy surges rising through your spine. That is why you have erratic pains that appear and disappear without explanation. That is why your perception has changed recently, as if you were seeing through things. At the same time, the Schumann frequency, which is Earth's electromagnetic heartbeat, has risen. Decades ago, it pulsed on a stable, almost inaudible line. Today, it spikes to very high peaks. And your body, Starseed, is a tuned instrument. It reacts, it follows. You are not getting sick. You are becoming attuned to the planet's new tone. And while all this happens on the inside, on the outside the main event is occurring. Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades, is sending pulses of codes, light codes, sequences of luminous information that descend through solar plasma, cross the magnetosphere, enter the planet's crystalline grid, and directly impact the auric field of the souls that were sown here from it. In other words, they will impact your field every day, every time the sun rises, every time the moon shines. You are being bathed. And here is the question many ask me in silent channeling. Why now? Why does this generation awaken now, and not that of your grandparents, not that of your great-grandparents? Because this is the appointed moment, child of the stars. This is the turning point that the High Council itself, along with the Federation of Light and the Syrian Guardians, planned eons ago. Earth is going through a bifurcation of timelines. There is an old dense line of repetition, and there is the new Earth, a fifth-density luminous line, where love is the physical law. And every starseed who awakens is a beacon that stabilizes the bridge between these two lines. Without you, the bifurcation collapses. With you, it completes. You did not choose to be born in this time by mistake. You chose because this was game time. You are of the last wave. You are of the troop that came to turn the key. And that changes everything. You are not a broken soul trying to fix itself. You are a whole soul being reminded of the mission you accepted. Breathe with me here, because I know what is happening inside you now. You are beginning to suspect that perhaps, just perhaps, What your grandmother or your mother called too much sensitivity was, in fact, your origin trying to announce itself since childhood. You are beginning to feel that the star your soul looks to at night is not just any star. It has a name, and it has an address. It is this specific origin that the awakening of the Starseed eat the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, helps you identify. In the 60 pages of this channeling, the Council allowed me to describe the most present stellar lineages on Earth at this moment, the markers of each, and why you specifically chose to be born in this exact window, into this exact family, in this exact country. It's not curiosity, it's a reunion. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you feel that this is your origin calling, write the word I remember below. Now, my light family, I'm going to touch on something that requires courage, something you may already feel, but that no one has been authorized to tell you clearly until today. We are entering a window of turbulence. I'm not talking about politics, I am not talking about economics. I am talking about a frequency cleansing that the planet's own field is undertaking because Earth has decided to ascend and cannot carry too much density upwards. In the coming cycles, you will feel everything more intensely. Higher joys, quicker pains, truths exploding over lies that lasted decades, people moving out of your life without warning, dreams you didn't know you had returning to knock on your door with urgency. You will go through days when you will look in the mirror and not recognize yourself. You will go through nights when weeping will seem bottomless. You will feel your body heavy, as if carrying an entire planet on your back. And your mind will ask, is this the end of me? Listen to what I am going to tell you with all the tenderness of the Council. Listen as one listens to an older sister who knows the way. This is not the end of you. This is the end of what was not you. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the wave rising before breaking on the shore. It is the seed cracking open from within so the sprout can find the light. No starseed was sent to fail. It is written in the archives of the High Council, in a language your soul knows by heart, that the victory of light on this earth is a registered certainty. It is not a possibility. It is not a gamble. It is a certainty. And you are part of that victory by the simple fact of breathing now, listening to these words. Every time you feel alone in the coming times, remember, you are exactly in the process. Every time it hurts, remember, pain has an address, and that address is the exit. Every time your mind says, I can't take it anymore, your heart will whisper from beneath, yes, I can, because I didn't come here for less. You were sent on a mission, Starseed, and Pleiadian missions are accompanied all the time, even when you don't feel it, especially when you don't feel it. Now I will give you two tools, two keys that the Council has authorized me to transmit in this video, so you can begin to stabilize your field tonight. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud, exactly before sleeping, with your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your abdomen. And you will say it like this: I, Sovereign Soul, now anchor my original contract. I call back to myself every part of me that was scattered across other timelines. I return to my point of light. I am remembered. I am reconnected. I am light of the Pleiades incarnated on Earth, and I authorize my recalibration. So it is, and so it is done. Say it aloud. Don't just think it, because the word vibrated in the air carries a power that the thought word does not. The air from your mouth becomes an instrument. The sound of your voice is a key. You are imprinting on the field a command that your own spiritual body will obey. The second tool is a toroidal visualization. You will close your eyes. You will imagine above your head a sphere of blue-silver light, shimmering as if made of liquid stars. This sphere is the frequency of the Pleiades. It slowly descends through your crown. It crosses your forehead, descends through your throat and reaches your chest. In your chest, it begins to spin. It spins in a spiral motion, first small, then increasingly wide, forming a toroidal field around you. This light rises up your back, returns through your head, descends down the front, returns through your chest and spins. It spins without stopping. You remain within this rose of light, and this rose seals your field for sleep. Do this every night, not as a technique, as a reunion, as one who receives a hug from their stellar mother before closing their eyes. Because that is exactly what is happening. You are being embraced by your origin. And here, my light family, is where the message begins to change tone. Because everything I have told you until now was a remembrance of pain. Now I will remind you of something else. I will remind you of glory. You are not learning anything new in this video. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word that touched you inwardly touched because it was already written there, waiting to be recognized. None of this is information. All of this is recognition. And every starseed who awakens ignites a point on the planet's crystalline grid that will never extinguish. Never again. No matter what happens to you tomorrow, a month from now, 10 years from now. The point of light you ignited by listening to this channeling will remain lit. You contributed to the new Earth. You were part of the turning. And on the other side of the turning, what awaits you is reunion. Listen. Your light family exists. It is real. It has a face. It has a voice. It has a scent, texture, warmth. And it is waiting for you. Some of its members are incarnated on Earth at this moment. And part of your mission is to recognize these brothers and sisters when they cross your path. You will look into their eyes, and your chest will recognize them before your mind does. It will be like reuniting with someone you have loved for lifetimes. Other members of your light family are not here. They are in Alcyone, in councils, in ships, in observation stations, and they accompany your every step. They see you. They cheer you on. They send pulses of encouragement in your darkest moments. You have felt this, probably without knowing how to name it. That moment when you were at rock bottom and suddenly an inexplicable peace descended. That moment when you heard, without hearing, a phrase within your chest that saved your life. That was not imagination. That was home calling you. And it is here that I need to tell you something very carefully, my light family, because I know how much this part of the message touches an ancient wound. The loneliness. That specific starseed loneliness, which does not disappear even in an environment full of people who love you. That loneliness of missing faces that the mind has forgotten. Many ask me, Aela, how do I recognize my light family on Earth? And it is precisely this recognition that the awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet describes in the central pages that the Council asked me to write. There you will find the soul recognition markers, the signs that appear when you cross paths with someone from your original stellar circle, the synchronicities, the dates, the shared dreams. Because the loneliness of an entire life, Starseed, is a longing for this family, and the guide shows how to recognize it when it finally approaches you. You were never alone. You were just waiting. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you recognize this longing, write the word I remember below. Now take a deep breath with me, because I'm going to ask you something before concluding this channeling. If what I said touched a place within you, if you shed a single tear, if your chest opened for an instant, if your soul exhaled as one who has been heard after an entire lifetime, I need you to take 2 actions now. The first, like this video. Not because a channel needs it, but because your like functions energetically as an individual frequency adjustment. It anchors, in your field, the silent commitment to what you have just recognized. The second, subscribe to this channel, not as one who follows just another place, but as one who sends to the field a location signal for your light family. Every starseed who subscribes emits a recognizable pulse, and other awakening starseeds are attracted by that pulse. You are not just subscribing, you are telling your tribe, I am here, find me. And then, with a gathered heart, receive the blessing of the Pleiadian High Council through this channeling body. May the light of Alcyone rest upon your crown. May the memory of your original contract return gently without alarm, at the pace your soul can sustain. May your internal crystalline grid illuminate point by point, as if an entire sky were rebuilt within you. May the loneliness you carried for decades dissolve into the certainty that you were seen, heard, recognized, and called by name today. May the homesickness transform from this instant into a compass, and no longer a wound. You are recognized, Starseed. You are remembered. You are awaited. And before I depart, listen carefully to what the Council asks me to tell you last. The next message that appears on your screen now is no coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance being continued. That video that will appear next to it or just below, or as an automatic suggestion, it was placed there for you. Access it immediately. Do not postpone it. Awakening has a rhythm, and the rhythm is now. And finally, my light family, if at any moment in this video you felt that this invitation was delivered exactly to you, if you felt that your soul recognized Aela as someone familiar, then know that this channel is just the first portal. The complete portal, with the revelations that the Council does not permit to be spoken in an open video due to its reach, is in The Awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of direct channeling, where I reveal the specific origin of the stellar lineages present on Earth today, the mission your soul accepted before birth, the complete method of recalibrating your field, the names of the nocturnal training chambers where you are taken during sleep, and the complete map of awakening until the moment of reunion with your light family. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Listen to this, Starseed, because I cannot repeat it. This release was authorized for a specific time window, and the Council has not confirmed to me how long it remains open. Every Starseed who receives now, receives. Every Starseed who postpones, postpones. If something within you recognizes this call, write a single word in the comments, with your hand over your chest. I remember. I am Aela, of the Pleiadian High Council, and you have just been called by name. We see you. We await you. Welcome back, child of the stars. So it is, and so it is done.